So about a week ago, we got this really weird video from Nintendo. Actually, it was called First Look at a New Experience for Nintendo Switch. So right away, everybody immediately clicked on this thing to see what the new experience was. Yeah, it was this very odd video showing what appeared to be a new exercise type device. It's like this ring, and it had a bunch of people in very compromising positions having a bit too much fun with it. And we didn't really even see how it interacted with the Nintendo Switch or anything like that. So people were, of course, very confused as to what was going on. Now fast forward to today, and we now know the product is called Ring Fit Adventure. In a follow-up video that came out today, these two space aliens, I guess, trying to impersonate humans, doing a poor job of it.
Truthfully, they were playing a brand new adventure game for Nintendo Switch. It's a bit different from what you would expect.
It's an adventure game first and foremost, but you'll actually be moving your body.
Yeah, they tried their best to give us an in-depth rundown of what to expect from this thing. It is, as the name implies, an adventure game. You run around exploring actually pretty nice looking environment. You jog in place to move your character, or actually you can turn it into like a quiet mode setting where you don't have to like fully pick up and stomp your feet. That was the first thing I actually thought of when they showed you're going to be doing a lot of running in place to get around. People doing this in like the upper floors of their house or in an apartment building, stomping around for like a half hour or so straight. That would be a great way to get your family and your neighbors to hate you. So I am glad they put something like that in. You'll also do things like shoot enemies while running, as well as glide or paddle on a boat, and those activities will require you like lean or twist side to side to move. Pretty standard exercise game stuff. But in your quest to take down, the quote, bodybuilding dragon called Drago, you'll have to power yourself up if you want to defeat him. Now here's where the thing, I thought at least, got pretty interesting. There's also a turn-based RPG battle system in the game. They call these encounters fit battles. To attack, you have to strike a specific pose or, do a specific movement with the ring. There are different types of attacks, like ones that focus on your arms, your legs, your core muscles, and the different enemy types have specific weaknesses. So you have to make sure you use the right attacks on the right enemies for max damage. Again, yeah, this is a fitness game we're talking about here. There are also, of course, little mini games and challenges you can do as sort of side activities, going for higher scores than that, but I think the adventure portion is the main attraction here for sure. The whole package is set to release at around $80 here in the States on October 18th of this year, which that may seem a bit expensive to some people. It's more than the price of a AAA game, and certainly the game aspect of this title doesn't rival like a Breath of the Wild or anything. But you're paying with these types of games for the peripherals and more so the R&D to develop the whole thing, how it all interacts and gets you to exercise, which is pretty standard for this type of thing. So I think the price in that is okay, and I don't think it's at all surprising that Nintendo is doing a new fitness type thing, but the way they're going about it is certainly interesting. The whole ring deal, I like that it seems to be something that lets you kind of be wherever you want, as well as move around easily. Like if this was something like, the Wii balance board, you're kind of fixed in a position. If you want to move over even just like a few inches or something, you have to move the whole board over. Similar with like Xbox Kinect, you have to be in that perfect sensor range, not too far from the TV, not too close. And for something like exercising, these restrictions can actually be pretty annoying, as you're going to be moving around. You're not going to be always in the exact same position. And also for the party type stuff, like they showed a lot of in this trailer, with like the mini games and that, where you're passing the controller, it makes it, again, just like passing a regular controller. You just hand it over to the next person. So I do like that it seems as though this ring thing will make it easy to move around the space freely and not have like a bunch of pop-ups like, oh, you're out of position or something like that, which if you've played other versions of these types of games, you've surely had to deal with that stuff. I also, like I kind of mentioned, really like how this is more of an actual game, at least in terms of the adventure mode, but specifically this adventure RPG with the combat system and everything does have me pretty intrigued. Like, I may actually check this thing out just to see how it all works. My only real concern about the product is the durability of the Ring peripheral. I mean, even going off the trailers, you kind of have to beat on it a little bit, it seems, for some of the games. But a lot of people in the trailer, they're holding this thing like they're holding an infant, so I hope it's ready to handle all the gamer rage and intensity, as, you know, sometimes gamers admit it, when we're frustrated, we can be a little rough with our controllers, and I could see a lot of people maybe, you know, bending this thing, warping it harder than they're supposed to. But yeah, overall, I think it seems to be like a fine enough product. It has some interesting play mechanics in my opinion, but I feel pretty safe in saying I think this is going to be very similar to Labo, in that I think it's going to find its pretty niche audience, and that's about it. When like Wii Fit came out, right? It was popular because it felt like something new and exciting. You know, now we've had countless amounts of these things, these exercise games with the wacky peripherals. They've released on just about every gaming platform. We've got like, what the hell are they called? You know, like the wristbands people wear nowadays that also kind of gamifies your workout. They have it on like smartwatches and that, you know, they track your steps, your heart rate, like, oh, you're doing better than before, or you should be doing this many. So we're very far removed from like when this was a new concept or anything like it was a few generations ago. What could set this apart though from the rest for certain players again is how much fun this actual game aspect is. The adventure mode for sure. Like I said, even I want to kind of see what's going on here. And in that way, I'm really glad that this also seems to appeal more towards actual gamers, even though the ad may make it seem like, oh, this thing's for everyone. Yeah, everyone can use it. But this adventure RPG design definitely caters more towards actual players. Like, your mom isn't going to be excited about critting enemies. At least that's not going to make it more appealing for her. And I think that's also been kind of a problem with some of the other exercise games we've seen. You know, they always try to cater so hard towards non-gamers when it's like, how many non-gamers are really trying to use game consoles to exercise? I doubt that many. But actual gamers that may want to take, I don't know, a 20-minute break from Splatoon to get a workout in, now that does seem at least more likely, in my opinion. So good on them for that. I guess with that in mind, I hope they push the adventure aspect more than this it's for everyone angle with the advertising like they are now. And just about all these games do the same, I know. I get it casts the widest net, and that's fine, but maybe focus more on people who already use a Switch, you know, to play video games. Focus on why they might want to pick this up, rather than trying to get mom, dad, and grandma and grandpa to use the Switch. I think that's the best strategy. Anyway, with that, this video's a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on the Ring Fit adventure in the comments. What do you think of the Ring peripheral, the game, and do you think there's even a market for this thing? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion of Ring Fit Adventure. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you want to keep the conversation going, hit me up on Twitter, @JohnnyZakari, and join my Discord, ChiGuy and Friends. Link to both in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching.